This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests are both here from Thunder Bay Theater. I have Nicole Petrangelo and Zach Earhart. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Good morning.
you.
I'm so happy to have both of you here. Now, Zach, you're back in Alpena for the summer season.
Sure am.
Now, you're here for the whole season?
No, actually, I'm here for our first show, The Drowsy Chaperone, which runs June 17th through July 5th. And then once that one closes, I'm packing up and I'm actually taking a month-long volunteer trip to South Africa.
Wow.
So, a quick turnaround for me.
How exciting. And Nicole, you've never been here before. I know you're from Alabama, late of New York. So what are you doing in New York?
I'm going to school at Cap 21, which is a musical theater conservatory. So I've spent 1 year there. It's been amazing.
Oh, yay for you. So any famous people that you want to tell us about you've met since you've been there?
You know, I haven't seen a single one,
Oh, my
which
goodness
is really
gracious.
unfortunate.
No Katie Holmes or anything on the streets of New York?
No, I guess I'm unlucky, I guess.
Well, you're in school all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Drowsy Chaperone. Tell me about Drowsy Chaperone, Nicole.
So in The Drowsy Chaperone, I'm playing the Drowsy Chaperone.
Okay.
She is a very sassy character, always holding a drink, always just, she's supposed to be watching over Janet, who is the bride-to-be and who's marrying Robert Martin.
Ah, okay.
So she is her maid of honor, supposed to be keeping a watchful eye on her throughout the whole show. So.
Ah, okay. Zach, tell me about your role.
I am playing Robert Martin, who is the love-struck groom, and the fun thing about Drowsy Chaperone is that it is a show within a show. So it is narrated by a man named the Man in Chair, played by Aidan Cleary, who was actually also here last summer.
Okay.
And he narrates this whole show, and it's kind of this 1920s, like, gimmicky, shticky style, and it's really fun to play something like that because it's considered a modern musical, but when you throw it back and you know that it's going to be in that heightened state of like, oh, we're cheesing up the we're cheesing up the 1920s, we can really delve into that with our characters and enjoy the show of just getting kind of lost in it, I guess.
Yeah, it's very comedic, very, very
Yes.
fun. There's never a dull moment.
No, I never heard about this production before. Is it an off-Broadway? Where would I have ever seen it or heard of it before?
There's actually the way that I heard of it, first of all, is it's a big high school production. They do it all over the place,
okay.
and because it's a great family show,
All
and
right.
so theaters of all types can do it, and it's hilarious. It's a ton of fun, like Nicole was saying, and they had Broadway productions and off-Broadway productions, and now we're doing it in Thunder Bay.
Yay! And now, who are some of the other characters and the cast members that play them? Either of you can answer that?
Yes, I can start with my roommates. So Lucas Moquin
Okay.
is playing my best man and named George,
Okay.
who kind of comes along with me and is responsible for planning the weddings and kind of gets mixed up in all of it. And then, like I said, Aidan Cleary is playing the Man in Chair. And then Nicole?
So my roommates, Megan Hoxie is playing Janet Vandegraff, which
Okay.
is his fiance. My other roommate, Rebecca, is playing Trix,
Okay.
and she has a very fun role. She is the pilot of this airplane, and at the end, the airplane comes crashing down onto the estate where we're supposed to be getting married, and she ends up facilitating the wedding and marrying all of us. So.
And another major plot is one of my other roommates, his name is Nate. He's playing the producer of Janet's show named Feltzig, and he doesn't want, Janet to leave the show because then there's no show and all yada, yada, yada. And so there's a bunch of different kind of really hilarious characters that are all thrown onto stage together.
Yeah.
It sounds like a perfect time for a family show to be held at Thunder Bay Theater.
Absolutely.
People are off. It's summer. It's wonderful. So people need to call 354-2267.
Yeah,
that's right.
Make their reservations. Come on down. Bring your family. Go out to dinner before or after, and make it a family event.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I heard Jeffrey throwing out some other things to you as you were coming up on the stage. Bunny Lion and David Usher.
Yes.
So
Yes,
what's
yes,
happening
yes,
with
yes.
them?
So the wonderful Bunny Lion and David Usher, they are playing characters named Mrs. Tottendale, whose
Okay.
estate the entire wedding and I guess whole show really takes
Yeah,
place.
she's the
Okay.
hostess.
And Underling, who is her butler of sorts, and you know them.
Yes.
They're great.
Yes.
They're wonderful.
Well, Dave and Bunny have played many, many roles in professional theater and non-professional theater in this town everywhere. They lend their talents to everyone, so I'm
And
really
we're lucky to have them.
Yes, I'm really excited to see them. Now, what about the costumes? What kind of costumes are there?
Oh, they've been so much fun. I'm actually working in the costume shop
Yay!
for the summer, so I've got to get a little behind the scenes look at all the costumes, and they're amazing. They're very 20s inspired, so you'll see a lot of fringe, sparkles, headbands, very colorful. So it'll definitely be a sight.
Okay.
So
Is there anything else coming up at Thunder Bay Theater we're supposed to talk about today?
We have our next two shows are Schoolhouse Rock Live, which is a
yay.
great family
That's gonna
show as
be
well.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And then the comedy Urinetown, which is personally one of my favorite shows. The music is hilarious, and those dates, you're in those shows, so you can speak more to those.
I am. Not sure exactly when they open.
That's okay. We know they're in July.
Right. The Schoolhouse Rock starts in July.
Okay.
And then I know Urinetown begins August 12th and runs through the 23rd.
Okay.
So we'll have shows.
And there'll
all
probably be
throughout the
tryouts
summer.
for community members on those shows too, I'm thinking, or?
Those are actually already cast, but
They are?
for the
Wow.
fall season,
Okay.
you can look on the Thunder Bay website and
Okay.
you can get all the information, or just email, the cast of directors and all that
Okay.
sort of thing, and get all the information you need to.
Okay, and one thing I want to commend you on, and I'm sure you're already finding out, is Jeffrey Mindock, the artistic director, make sure that you're out in the community, you do things in the schools, and you're out in the community, joining other groups and organizations and helping out. I want to commend you on that because, you folks come to town to do a specific job, so thank you so much for lending yourself out to our community. It's a wonderful thing.
You know what? The community supports us in such a really wonderful way, coming to the shows, and we do the receiving line afterwards, and shaking the people's hands and seeing them smile and say, oh, my daughter loved the show, my son was tapping his feet along with you guys. There's really nothing better than that, so thank you to the community.
And that's the real pay that you get.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Nicole, tell me one more time when we can come to Thunder Bay Theater to see the
Drowsy
The Drowsy
Chaperone.
Drowsy. I want to say neglectful, but it's drowsy.
Yes.
And neglectful. Drowsy.
We run June 17th through July 5th, and you can find more information on the website, on Facebook, and we have an Instagram. So
Oh yes, we have. If you do go to the theater and all that sort of thing, you use our hashtag TBayT.
yes.
Oh, very good.
Trying to get
if
it trending.
Yeah, and if you click on that, you can go and see photos that community members are posting, that core company members are
Yes.
posting, that our artistic director Jeffrey is posting, all sorts of stuff. You can follow along with us every step of the way.
Okay, I want to thank you both very much for being here, and
Yeah,
I look
thank you.
forward to seeing the production. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests today are both for Habitat for Humanity. I have Ashlene Hoover and Wade Yoakum. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Wade, I want to congratulate you, and we're so happy that you're aboard at Habitat for Humanity. I've heard so many wonderful things about you, and I know you've got lots of great ideas. So welcome to Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you.
I know it's exciting. You have the Restore and your building projects and all kinds of rehab projects that you're doing. So what's currently happening at Habitat?
Well, we have a project here in Alpena. We just got started. The Alpena group, Lynn Energy was just there
Okay.
working with us. And
Yay.
also the Rotary Club have been there doing what do you call it?
Rehabbing, is
Yeah,
it?
rehabbing
Okay.
and just getting things going. And so it's already off to a great start. And hopefully by next Wednesday, which is our next board meeting, we'll have a family selected for that house on
Oh,
Oldfield.
great. And then we want to mention Wednesdays are Volunteer Wednesdays.
Right, looking for lots of folks to come out on Wednesday, and you'll come to the Restore, and then our construction manager, Doug Talent, will send you out into the community on one of our projects.
So if you have 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you have to spare, come on down.
Yep, we're just a consistent day every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and we'll send you out someplace.
And Ashlene, I'm so excited because you're new to Habitat also, and you're going to be doing something very exciting at Habitat. Tell us about it.
I am. I was an avid customer and at one point approached Wade and the manager, Michael, with some ideas, and that segued into a position. I'm the creative coordinator at a new department that we have. We're going to be offering an upscale consignment boutique, and what that means, we're going to be offering vintage, antique, estate sale quality pieces, but we also want to highlight refurbished pieces and upcycled pieces. And one thing we really want to encourage our patrons to do, in addition to pieces they may have at home that they want to give new life to, come into the store and pick a piece and redo it and bring it in, and they can offer it for sale, and then they would have a greater incentive with the consignment.
And you're going to do classes too.
Yes, we are. Just as an individual, I have been crafting with a lot of my girlfriends, and I have seen a lot of healing and camaraderie come from that.
Yes.
Every week there's another woman sitting down with us, and it's a really good time to visit and connect. And I would like to see that in the community, teaching people to upcycle, teaching people to taste something old instead of it going in a landfill, and using it to beautify their home and their family time.
Wonderful. Now, Wade, Habitat for Humanity is an organization that's worldwide, and it helps people get into housing. They have to provide sweat equity, and there's a lot of things that go into it. And you actually have a home right now that you need applicants for.
We have a home in Alcona County on Swamp Road that is available, and you can go to the website, habitatnemi.org, and our application is online now, so you can begin the process of home ownership to be one of our partner families. Just going right to the website.
Okay. And also volunteers. If you're not handy with building, there's still other volunteer opportunities at Habitat.
Yeah, we need skilled and we call unskilled volunteers. Everybody has a place, and we'll give you either a t-shirt or a Habitat hat for coming in and helping us out.
Oh, perfect. And I noticed the store is jam-packed filled.
It is.
Wow.
So we're being pretty aggressive with people that are finishing up their spring cleanouts and garage sales, and so we will come with our truck. You can call the store 354-5555, and they'll come and to your home with our truck and pick up your items, and we will repurpose, reuse, recycle to the best of our ability.
And you know, something else too that a lot of people aren't aware of is you have a deconstruction business. If you're getting a new kitchen, you know, please don't throw those cabinets out. Give you a call. You can send some people out to take those cabinets out, doors and windows. Anything that you would be good for resale, please donate it to Habitat for Humanity.
Right. Yep. We're working on a project right now out on Long Lake.
Oh, yay.
So to take the doors and windows out of a home, and there's a new home that's going to be built in its place. So so definitely give us a call. And you know, it's about being green. It's about keeping things out of the landfill. And so we're just doing our part to do that.
And the one thing I want to say about the Habitat stores, if you went there today, didn't find what you want, make sure you go tomorrow.
Oh yes, it's always
Because
changing.
It changes. I mean, hourly. I've gone in there like at noon on my lunch hour and just checked for something that wasn't there, gone back at 5 o'clock and you have it. And I mean, anyone who has things to donate, you know, it might not seem like much to you, think, oh, well, it's only 3 or 4 small pieces, but to you, that can add up to $30, $40, $50 that can go back into our community to build wonderful, safe, affordable housing for families.
The Restore is one of the ways that we fund our mission.
Yes.
And so, you know, please come and shop. And when you shop there, it benefits families in need. And we say that for these families that we're helping, it's a hand up, you know, not just a hand out.
Yes, exactly. All right, and then when will your classes be held? How can we find a schedule of classes?
We are still working on the renovation of the storefront and also the tentative classroom. At what point that we do negotiate a time and schedule, we will be posting that at the store and also on our website and Facebook. And in addition to that, we are going to be having some upcycle contests. People are very much into Pinterest and other social networking sites and TV shows. So we would like to have different themed events. You know, you have to use a book and a coffee table or different pieces they can come in and create, and then we have our patrons possibly vote on them and then have an auction on these items. So incentive for people to reuse and recycle, and then we can turn around and sell those and people can bid and put the proceeds towards the homes that we're building. And we'd also like to possibly do some outreach interior and homes down the road, teaching people how to possibly
great ideas and plans.
Decorate and beautify their homes from the inside. That way when they go home they feel well and they feel happy being home with their families.
And perennial sale, we got just enough time to talk about perennial sale.
Yes.
And that's going to be Saturday, June 20th?
June 20th, it's a 20% off sale on June 20th.
Oh, in the whole store? Oh, wow. And you'll have perennials at the same time.
Yes, we will.
So if anyone has any perennials, you're splitting hostas, you're digging out something, you know, put it in a pot, bring it on down so you folks can sell it. And once again, a wonderful way to recycle and reuse and beautify someone else's yard. And also, I like to tell people too, as a volunteer, you know, like you said, if you're skilled or unskilled, if you like to bake or cook too, you can bring lunch to some of the crews that are working at the homes. You know, what a wonderful thing to be working there and have someone pull up with drinks and sandwiches for everyone. So keep that in mind too.
Wonderful.
Out of time, I want to thank both of you very
Yes,
much for
thank
being
you.
here, and I'm going to be stopping by there later today.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Joint, and he'll be following you right after these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Joint, president of Alpena Community College. My guest this morning, Mr. Craig Cuss. You are an ACC graduate. Let's put that out there first.
I am.
And the president and chief operating officer of First Federal, Northern Michigan, and also the recipient of this year's Fellow of the College Award at our commencement ceremony. So congratulations on all three of those successes.
Thank you, Olin.
And welcome to the program. How about a little personal background on you? Where did you grow up and graduate from high school?
Sure. Home's always been Alpena. Though I was born in Hamtramck, Michigan, my folks moved up here when I was 5 years old, 1958. And so I've always considered Alpena my home. Went to high school at the former Catholic Central High School. Actually, that was 1971. We were the last graduating class of the Catholic High School.
That's
here
a
in
building
Alpena.
the college took over for a while, and we ran our art programs down there.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And after high school, I had a desire. I still wanted to stay up in northern Michigan, but I wanted to further my education as well. And like a lot of 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I enrolled at ACC. Afforded me an opportunity to continue my education and please my parents too. That,
Very good.
I was going to continue my education.
I guess ACC looked a little different back then. Of course, there was Van Leer Hall and Besser Tech by that time.
There were those two buildings, but they also had a forestry program,
Yes.
a law enforcement program, a fisheries
Yes.
program.
Did you know what you wanted to study when you started?
Absolutely not. No. No, I just knew that I needed to continue my education and felt that by exploring another number of opportunities that I would find that out. And
Well, community college like ACC is a great environment to sample different subjects and get your feet on the ground for college. Do you remember any of the instructors or other people at the college who were particularly helpful?
I do. I was in a liberal arts program, and at the time ended up in accounting, got my associates in business, and but I do remember Chris Baumgardner, Sonia Titus.
Oh, yes.
There were a number of, Dick Bennett was a history teacher, I believe, at that time. I can't recall my accounting instructor professor's name, but actually he was the individual that suggested that one of the better colleges at the time for accounting was, at the time, Ferris State College, now a university. But so all my credits moved very easily to Ferris, and I was able to get my Bachelor of Science degree from Ferris.
Was that in accounting also?
That was in accounting.
Very good.
Absolutely.
And did you begin as an accountant or move right into banking?
No,
and finance?
no. Actually, through an interviewing process on campus, I was able to accept. I was offered and accepted a job with Consumers Power Company. So. After graduation, I went to Consumers, lived in Jackson for a few years,
yes, right.
worked for Consumers Power, and felt the pulling of the yearning to move back up north.
Consumers is a great organization. We have recently, nearly consummated a deal with Consumers to have graduates of our electrical programs go right into their apprentice program, something that we're really excited about, something that our new electrical trades building has kind of inspired Consumers to move forward with that, and also Consumers was made a very handsome donation to that structure. That's great to hear about your start there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you were associated with Bank of Alpena, I believe, when I came. to town, other banks around here that you work for?
Absolutely. Actually, when I was at the community college, I had a part-time job at one of the community banks, People's Bank and Trust.
Right.
When I came back to Alpena, I came back in a position, an accounting position at Alpena Savings Bank, now PNC Bank,
Okay.
and worked there for 20 plus years.
Right. What is it about the banking industry that you enjoy the most, that you find fulfilling? And I'm thinking about people in the audience who might be interested in that field and look to you as an example.
I mean, I find it very challenging. I mean, it's not an industry that, I mean, it's changed dramatically. I don't think I was ever in the industry when, you know, there was the proverbial 9 to 3 banking hours, and they're far from that now. But I find the challenge of providing service, a financial service to individuals. That ultimately, I feel that bankers could be doctors or nurses because they have that. They have an appetite to want to help people.
Yes.
And not having always been customer oriented necessarily, I just find the challenge of a successful business, making a business successful, watching people grow in an industry, grow in their careers. So I don't know if I personally, I'm very proud of the fact that I've worked in banking for all these years, but I think any type of people-oriented business would have appealed to me.
So it's all about service and the relationships you have with the people. Of course, you have to master the numbers and the data, but then applying that knowledge to the project of working with customers and seeing them grow and develop, that would be very fulfilling. Just a minute or two left in the program. You headed up, represented all the banks of Michigan for a term as president of the Michigan Bankers Association. I bet that was a great honor.
It was. It was a great opportunity for me, and I'll always consider it a milestone in my career to have had that opportunity.
Probably a lot of legislative work relations.
You're very familiar with that because the community college needs to get involved in that as well.
I think we ran into each other in Lansing several times.
A number of times we did do that. Knowing that, being able to understand that piece of your business is very important to its success.
Well, very good. And just want to thank you for being on the program today. Congratulations on an outstanding career and the kinds of things you've talked about, your commitment to Alpena and in the strides that you've made advancing your education and having an exemplary career, leading your colleagues in the state and continuing to serve are all things that bring you admiration and respect. And that's what motivated me when I wanted to give you the Fellow of the College Award. So really appreciate your stepping up and receiving that. And again, thanks for being on the program this morning.
Thank you, Olin. And I think on behalf of everybody at First Federal of Northern Michigan, I'd like to thank you for your commitment to Alpena during your tenure as president of Alpena Community College. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyden. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.